Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Readiness on the Time of the Shift. Today, I want to talk to you about the actual steps that one must follow to manifest. We're living in very turbulent times when chaos seems to be served every day. There's all kinds of instability in our lives. And one of the things that my clients and my students are always acutely aware of for the past few months is the financial instability. There is a looming fear of not having enough, of lack, of resources diminishing. Now, I know I've felt this. I know that more and more I have been awakened in the middle of the night with this kind of presence of this energy around me coming toward me, and I feel this vibration that's trying to connect to my body. And I can tell you that I struggled for a long time trying to unroot in me the doubts and the fear that are the root cause of this. And it was not till about 2 weeks ago that I began to realize that what I was picking up was not necessarily coming from me. Now, this is huge for me, and I know it's going to be equally important for you, because most of us are intuitives and empath, and we feel and sense the energy of others. The moment I became aware that the fear of lack that was coming toward me, that I was feeling, was not mine, because the moment I accept it, I am afraid of not having. I am finding, the moment I say this, I claim it. It's mine. Whereas there is a switch in consciousness that when I sense, is this coming from me? I sense the energy. Is this coming from me, or is it coming from the outside? And the moment I make this the differentiation, I am empowered. And the moment I realize it's not for me, I don't have to accept it to be mine. I am a child of God. I am the cosmic gift. Abundance and flow is my birthright. And there's no reason why I should be living, no matter what the outside condition is, I should be walking off the cliff and I should find support. And that's the mentality that I had to shift into in order for me to move myself forward in this time of turbulence. And I'm encouraging you to follow the same thing, because if you're claiming, if you're realizing that what you're feeling, the energy that's coming around you is not yours, that you've done all the internal work that's necessary, you don't have to worry about not having. Because as you walk off the edge, no matter how precipitous or unstable the foundation may be, if you are in flow and you're connected to source and you surrender the fears that you're picking up, whether it is from you or from the outside, you take all of it with the universal breath and release it into source and let it go. And you ask for your inheritance, which is a connection to perpetual renewal. One of the mistakes that is being made by a lot of people who are following The Secret. By the way, The Secret is not a secret because it actually doesn't have, a lot of people are realizing this, that the steps that you're supposed to follow are not manifesting what they want. And part of it is because neurologists have determined that the intention that we are setting, we actually intend and unintend 3 to 5 times per minute. We have inner, deeper, rooted subconscious programming that are counter to the intention that we're creating in a frontal lobe kind of situation. So as long as you have this battle and this saboteurs coming in, you're not going to create anything. So step number 1 for you to manifest is for you to take care of your internal saboteur. I've done tons of videos on the Dantian process and how you can go back and take a look at them, how you can unroot these negative programs and reconcile them. So that's the first step that needs to happen. And the moment you're in a state of more or less reconciliation, none of us will be perfectly reconciled, but more or less reconciliation, what will happen is that you will have clarity. There will be a simplicity in the approach and the knowing that exists in your entire core. And when you enter into a space where there is this clarity, when you take your universal breath and you surrender everything into source, you let go, and you enter into that field where there is complete stillness, simplicity, and clarity. At that very moment, whatever thought that you hold will be made manifest. Because at that point, there is no saboteur. We are co-creative partners with God. Yes, you can have what you want, but you cannot be fragmented and fractured in multiple pieces and think you can create. You have to reconcile your consciousness, and it has to become a strong, complete, and total desire that will take you into a state of certainty. And that state of certainty, I can explain it to you in one little story. In the biblical time, the story of the passing of the Red Sea, according to the Kabbalah and my teachers, the story says that when the children of Israel and Moses were at the edge of the Red Sea, Pharaoh was behind. There was a column fire that was between the Israelite and Pharaoh. Moses, knowing that the fire was going to die down and Pharaoh was going to come and kill them, he went and asked God what he should do. God said, extend your staff on the water, and the water separated, and they went to safety. Pharaoh followed, and the water swallowed them. That's not what the Kabbalists are saying. They're saying that that evening, during the night, step number one, what happened is that God told Moses, jump in the water. And when Moses went back and told the Israelites this, a whole bunch of them went into panic. We were a slave in Egypt, but at least we're alive. We're going to be killed by Pharaoh, blah, blah, blah. And he said, calm down. God is telling us that he already gave us the tools so that we can create a miracle. And that evening, he focused on the 3 Hebrew letters from the 72 divine name of God that allows certainty, a state of certainty to occur. So he basically guided them to a spiritual practice for the entire evening. And as they did this practice, the 3 million people that he brought out of Egypt, he brought all of them into a state of certainty, where they were completely aligned to one thing and one thing alone. Their surrender into source and knowing that they are supported and they are safe. Now, what happens in the morning, as the sun was rising, a young man named Machoni, teenage, 17-ish kind of age, in a state of trance and transcendence, moved toward the water and began to walk, water to his knees, in a complete state of certainty that he is safe, God will take care of him. To his waist in a state of certainty, to his chest in a state of certainty, to his chin in a state of certainty, to his mouth in a state of certainty. And when he was about to drown, the water separated. It was not Moses who split the waters. It was the certainty of 3 million people combined with that young man, Machoni. Now, what this, and the Kabbalah went even further in explaining that natural law, the laws of nature, are directly connected to the certainty of our consciousness. Pay careful attention to what I'm telling you. For me personally, the time in which I was able to help clients where miraculous things happened to them, what was impossible became possible, whether it because I was doing a healing for them and they were instantaneously cured, or I had manifested in my life equally an equal miracle, was because I was in a state of surrender. And the surrender usually comes in with a very simple request. When it's convoluted, I want this wish to happen this way, and it has to happen with a blue polka dot, and I need to have it this way. When it's convoluted, it's not going to happen. When you can surrender and you go into that release into source, and you have that rectitude and that verticality, and you begin to say, help me. I need your support because I'm desperate right now. Whether it is that right now you have financial worries and you have worries about an instability in your life, if you can go into source right now and simply ask for help, ask your creator, your God, for help. Go into that space and say, help me. And let the solution set and the blessing that comes for a force and an energy that extends into infinity times infinity to bring to you instantaneous and miraculous repairs. It doesn't matter the level of difficulty that you're facing. It doesn't matter how impossible it appears to be. Ask for help. And let the miraculous and the impossible, you don't know how it's going to happen. Do not, for example, don't force the hand of God. Don't say, I want to win the lottery. Or I want to, I need to have this person give me $50,000. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You ask for help. It doesn't matter how the help comes. And in the most miraculous and impossible ways, the help will fall onto your lap. I wanted to share these steps with you. It's not rocket science because there is an inner simplicity. The universe is elegant. The universe is simple. And when you're in that space, there is incredible stillness, certainty, and a complete knowing that you are supported, you're loved, you're beloved, and you're adored. And all you have to do is guide the hand of God by simply requesting that you step into different shoes. I hope this has enticed you. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon and also share this if this is aligned with you. I thank you for listening to me, and I'll talk to you very soon.